say that it's too late for us now? Why do we stay when I blame you for the things that weigh me down? 'Cause in the echo of your silence, I only hear what's best for me. Yeah, in the echo of your silence, I'm thinking more of her. She who wants to study your body, who gets the better version of you. I need the better, better truth. I need the better version of you. I need the better version of you. I need the better, better you. You talk about faith. Is it just something you say? Or is it the same with that girl you texting when I look away? 'Cause in the echo of your silence, I only hear what's best for me. Yeah, in the echo of your silence, I'm thinking more of her. She who wants to study your body, who gets the better version of you. I need the better, better truth. I need the better version of you. All I need, all I need. I need the better version of you. All I need, all I need. I need the better, better you.
Yo! Yes, and we're back. Welcome to Bassline Music and Sports. Maraming salamat po muna sa lahat ng supporters natin. Maraming salamat po sa mga nag-like ng page, nag-share, nag-comment, or kung ano man yung mga ginawa nyo sa page natin. Maraming salamat po. Maraming salamat. And before we start this episode, of course, I'd like to thank first our sponsors. We would like to thank Dubai Exclusive Fitness for personal training, body transformation, weight loss program, anything that you need for your body. Please contact them. Yung numbers nila naka-flash dito sa screen natin. And I'm training with them as well. So from 95 kgs now, I'm down to 84. So medyo tayo ng onte, medyo magbigay tayo ng something sa kanila. So matutulungan nila tayo pagdating sa ganyan. Lalo syempre sa panahon ngayon, kailangan nating maging healthy. Anyway, aside from that, maraming salamat po sa Alchemist Clothing. Dito po to sa Riga for customized shirts. Please contact them as well. For beauty products naman, nandito to sa Karama. Ang name nito is Flawless Beauty. If you need beauty products, skincare products, please, solid tong isang sponsor namin na to. We would like to thank as well yung sponsor natin na nasa Pilipinas. Pinag-uusapan to ngayon sa Bulacan. Usap-usapan dahil sa solid na food trip pagdating sa sisig, dinakdakan, bagnet, kung ano man yan na meron sila. Order kayo sa kanila, ipa-flash na, ipapakita namin lahat ng links ng page nila. Of course, we would like to thank ang Sulud Misoy ang gumagawa ng shirts natin para sa program. Maraming salamat din sa Hope and Inspire Movement. Please visit their Facebook and Instagram page at Hope and Inspire Movement Official. You could contact them at +63 917 627 4392. And yes, gusto ko lang din sabihin na tuloy na po yung ayuda program natin that will be on the first week of August. So mamibigay tayo sa mga kababayan natin na mga nawalan ng trabaho, mga depressed sa pangyayari ngayon sa pandemic. And kapit lang tayo and tulungan lang. Kung sino man yung mga gusto pang tumulong sa amin, please mag-send lang kayo ng message dito sa page natin, or you could drop me a personal message as well. You all know my Facebook account. So check nyo lang doon, and yun. Makipagtulungan tayo and tulungan natin yung mga nangangailangan nating mga kababayan dito. So for tonight, we're back into sports. Siyempre, ang mga makakasama natin ngayon is, of course, a professional tennis player and a coach. Nasa Pinas siya, and ayan, nagtuturo din. He's sorry. He's in the Philippines right now, but ang alam ko, nasa Milan din siya. Pumupunta siya ng Milan para magturo. And ayoko nang patagalin. Ipakita na natin siya. So, yes, for tonight, makakasama natin a professional tennis player and coach. Please welcome Marc Reyes. What up, sir? Kamusta po?
Hello po. Good evening to everyone.
Good evening, Marc. Kamusta po? Kamusta?
I'm good, thank you. Really long day, but survived today. So I'm really thankful that another day was very productive.
Alright, so sobrang busy kasi ni Coach. Kahit sa panahon ngayon, no? Busy pa din, Coach?
Yeah, super.
And ayun, kasi syempre iba yung timing natin dito sa Dubai and sa Pinas. Pasensya na po kung medyo late na, sir.
No problem. It's my honor to be in your program.
Maraming salamat po. Maraming salamat. And yes, Coach, we just have a couple of questions para sa'yo dito sa show natin. And okay lang po ba? Ready na tayo?
Sure.
All right. Okay, then let's do this. So, yes, Coach, could you please tell us more? Who is Marc Reyes?
Well, Marc Reyes is an athlete. Before, I was playing tennis since I was 5 years old. And then up to 25, 26 years old. And then when I saw that I reached my level, ultimate level, I decided also that it's time for me to share my experiences maybe to the new generation. That's why I also started coaching at a young age. So, and then I was born and raised in Italy since 19 years old, and then I moved here in the Philippines.
Okay. So talagang tubong Italy pala talaga si Coach Marc.
Yeah.
And now kasama natin siya sa Pilipinas ngayon, and syempre we're thankful na marami siyang namomold na mga kababayan natin o mga kabataan ngayon na gustong maglaro ng tennis. And para lang sa mga hindi nakakalam, of course, Coach, kasi dito ang tennis hindi ganun ka-popular ang laro na to. Could you please give us a background? What is tennis and the rules of it? Something lang para na
Well,
maintindihan.
yeah, tennis was originally in England, and then it was a long tennis, meaning it started in the grass, and then up to that time it became a little bit more popular because of the competition. And then before tennis was used by wooden racket and then a white ball, tennis ball, and then now through through years to ages, rackets became more technical,
Mhm.
more with more technology. So now our the rackets are a little bit bigger, lighter, and then even more powerful than before.
Wow.
And then the difference that I can say about other sports is tennis is has a different type of scoring, because I think it's the only sport that has not numbers, meaning
Mhm.
not the order of numbers like one, two, or three. If you
Mhm.
score or if you make a point, it's based by 15, 30, 40, and game.
Yeah, well, what is that?
Yeah, I tried. I tried to make some research because I was really curious about it. And then usually kasi sa England, they said that every 15 minutes or something like that, they were taking breaks for maybe tea or chatting between those type of matches, because it was at the beginning it was really casual.
Mhm.
So if you see in the clock, every 15 minutes, you see the 15, which is the number three,
Uh-huh.
the 30, which is the six, and then they wanted to make it 45, but since I guess 45 is too long to pronounce it, they made it 40 lang. And then when they made and after that point, it's game, you know.
Mhm.
And another another also interesting thing is um, you don't start 0-0, but you start with love.
Ah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
love
Uh-huh.
15, 30, and 14 game. Yeah.
Mhm. You see, I mean, I didn't know that personally. Hindi ko alam na ganun pala yung simula niya.
Yeah,
So, love
I
pala
made
muna siya.
some research because I was really curious about it. Kasi it's really strange, these numbers of or the way you score it. But at the end, it kind of makes sense. So,
Galing, galing. So that was yeah, a
yeah,
little bit of a background of
yeah,
tennis. And yeah, I mean, bago yun. I mean, trivia yun na ngayon ko lang nalaman. And of course, para din sa mga nanonood ngayon. So,
yeah.
yeah, that's a little bit something for you. Anyway, so coach, could you please tell us how did you start as a tennis player?
Well, as a tennis player, it was parang not naman accident, but my parents moved from the Philippines to Italy, and then my dad before he was a dishwasher, and then he became a chef. And
Mm-hmm.
it happened that he was working in an old castle, yeah, huge old castle, and then of course this castle became to a restaurant, and
Mm-hmm.
then also some parang bed and breakfast. And then the owner, it happens that he was a tennis fanatic, so he built his own tennis court on his backyard.
Mm-hmm.
So and then after my dad, he started really late, around 30, 35 years old, and then
Uh-huh.
he started playing tennis a little bit, and then from there, I guess he taught me how to play tennis, even though he wasn't a coach. He's not a coach.
Is not a coach.
So
Uh-huh.
I'm also a self-taught player, and then the
Wow.
way he taught me how to play tennis is sit in front of TV and watch this video of Pete Sampras, Agassi,
Wow.
Boris Becker before. Yeah,
It's like that, no? I mean,
yeah,
you're gonna be training on your own. I mean, he's gonna be showing you the professionals. I mean, at that time, to
yeah,
inspire you. And eto nga sa nangyari na yon. Now, this is who you are. I mean, you were a tennis player, a professional tennis
Yeah.
player, and now you're a coach. Ang galing, ang galing. Wala lang. I mean,
Yeah, no,
I'm
it's actually it's a it's a really kind of interesting story because yeah, that's how I started playing tennis because in Italy, you know, in our age, you play soccer, especially in Italy, soccer is parang a religion already, you know.
yeah,
And
same as
then
here.
there's swimming, there's basketball, there's ping pong. You do everything after school. You go out for 4 or 5 hours, and then you play every single sport that comes to you. You know, but then we used this opportunity that we had because we kind of had a private court.
Mhm.
So after school, I was going straight to the court, and then we were hitting balls. And then that's how I started uh, joining some competition here and there just for fun. You know, actually, I started playing tennis and soccer, but one I remember one time I was doing both, so tennis and soccer at the same time. But soccer was a little bit more physical,
Mhm.
so every time that I was going back home playing soccer, I was full of mud, puro putik-putik, you know, on my shoes and everything, and then even scars because it was a really physical sport. So
Mhm.
my dad said, "It's time to choose. It's either tennis or soccer." But of course, I know at the back of his head, he wanted to he wanted me to play tennis. So
Of course.
yeah,
And ayun na nga. Well, sinunod mo naman. Pero, I mean, syempre, yun pa rin yung choice mo eh. You love the sport. Anyway.
yeah, I love the sport. I was
Mhm.
really active, and then yeah. And then in the competition, I was doing better in tennis. So I said, okay, maybe I should be more serious in this one, in this sport, so that I can give some satisfaction to my dad, so he can be also very proud of me.
Nice. And yeah, did you win in some of the competitions that you joined?
Yeah, actually, the beginning, since I started with my dad, we joined some tournaments, and then it happened that some of the famous tennis club in Milan
Mhm.
was recruiting some players, some young players, and then they saw me winning one local tournament. It was just for fun,
Mhm.
no points, no money involved yet, but they saw
May
a
potential.
kind of potential in
Uh-huh.
me. So
Uh-huh.
they offer, you know, at that time, since we are a family of, I have four brothers, so I have four siblings, and then we were not really wealthy. Tennis in Italy is kind of really expensive, so they saw a little bit of potential on me, and then the club offer us 50% discount, something like that. I don't
Mhm.
remember, but and then if I win tournaments, say, I have like every month free training.
Wow.
So it inspired me, you know, because first of all, I will be part of a club. Second, I save money for my parents, and then I do what I love. So I started competing now, and then one of the biggest, I guess, competition in Italy is also club against club. It's
Mhm.
like soccer,
Yeah.
you know, team against team. So,
Mhm.
and that's where I got more exposed and more known as a tennis player because I was also winning some competition that I never thought I'm gonna win because you know first Asian
Uh-huh.
little kid. Sometimes the racket was or the net was even taller than me, and then we I was able to perform good well. So now what happened was the club now are fighting to get me, and
Wow.
then yeah. So but meaning by fighting they were starting offering me, you know, I'll give you a sponsorship on the
Yeah,
rackets, I give you
exactly.
sponsorship on the clothes, you know, I'll
Uh,
give you free training for 1 year, and then
Sponsorship came in.
as I get older and better, money was getting involved already.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, so
Galing, 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 galing.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. And eto, coach, if you still
Yes.
remember,
Yeah.
who was your first like pro opponent sa tennis? Sino unang nakalaban mo? And I mean, wala lang, gusto ko lang marinig yung story behind ng unang laro mo.
Okay, so the first pro is because I turned pro at the age of 17, turning 18.
Wow.
So that's because pro in a tennis sport is when you start earning money in an international competition.
Wow.
So turning pro, I was, yes, around 17, turning 18, and then I think I was in Italy. We played an international tournament there, and then I played against an Italian guy.
Mm-hmm.
I start from the qualifying, and then I qualified to the main draw where you get already international points and money. But unfortunately, I lost the first round. But it was a great experience for me to play in that big events
Stage,
like
yeah.
international tournaments. Yeah.
Wow. Kasi hindi naman lahat nabibigyan ng ganong opportunity para
Oh yeah,
makapaglaro,
yeah,
and of
Yeah.
course you're representing the Philippines in Milan. So
Yeah.
yeah, 'di ba, parang I'm the only Asian that who's doing this in this kind of
Yeah, yeah.
competition.
Yeah,
Parang
and to add a little bit of my background is I am, or I was, I'm not sure now, but I am the first Filipino to reach top 30 in Italy. So
wow.
it was a great achievement for us Filipino, because there was a lot of competition, especially other country like Spain, like France and Germany. They're all in there, Europe.
Yes.
So you see our Philippine flag
Of course.
in those tournaments.
Of course. Mhm. I mean, syempre ikaw yung nagbitbit ng bandila ng mga Pilipino.
Yeah. Yeah.
And syempre we're really glad and of course proud na may Pilipino na nandun.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
And yeah, so dito coach, I mean, nung panahon na yon, which team are you training with in preparation for your next, round? I mean, sorry, tournament.
Yeah, here in Manila or
No,
in
in
Italy
Italy.
before? In Italy. Well, you start first with the local tournaments, which is there are some ranking that are involved. So we were preparing since the age of I started being really competitive at the age of 12, 13 years old. So we were training at least 2 to 3 hours a day after school, and then
Wow.
we were playing at least two to three tournaments a month. So because tennis is a lot of there's a lot of tournaments, especially in Italy before. And then we were training Monday to Saturday, and then Sunday sometimes was also a competition. So I was training with one of the top three clubs in Milan, which is Junior Tennis Milano. That was my first club. And then I moved to the second best in Milan, which is Tennis Club Ambrosiano. So
Wow.
that's my history there.
Galing. I mean, I'm just amazed right now na yun, naririnig ko yung ganyan, and syempre Pilipino. So,
Yeah.
anyway,
It was
so
really nice.
So bago tayo mag-continue ng mga katanungan natin kay Coach Mark, Coach, is it okay if I'm gonna be I just wanted to play some clips here ng
Sure.
ng training mo, or kung tennis na nalaro mo. Okay lang ba, Coach? Pakita
Sure.
natin.
No problem.
Okay, so, pakita natin yung mga clips ni Coach.
All right.
Good counter, Coach. Ginagawa mo.
Coach, matanong ko lang.
Yes, that was. Yeah.
Hindi ba sobrang nakakapagod ng sport na to?
Yeah, actually, you have to be really fit because first of all, we don't have a time limit. So a match can last an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. My personal record was 4 hours inside of the match, and then their record, I think, straight in a professional tournament is 5 hours and 30.
Woo!
Yeah, so it's really brutal physically. And then the difficult part that some of the people don't know is that a professional tennis player plays 20 to 30 tournaments per year. So imagine playing 3 hours per day for 1 week, and then you have 2 to 3 days to rest, and then you have another tournament. And then you have another tournament for 20 times or 30 times even in a year. So it's really physical.
Coach, grabe din talaga yung yung kung gusto mo mag-focus dito sa sport na to, I mean, kailangan mong kondisyon yung katawan mo at the same time.
Oh yeah.
'Di ba? Yung utak mo rin na kailangan hindi mapagod yung utak mo sa sa ganitong sport kasi tawag dito, I mean, parang kasama lang siya di ba? I mean, kailangan mo isipin mo na may next tournament na naman ako. Ito na naman.
Yeah. It's mentally it's really draining, and then some players, I can say that tennis is not for everyone. Meaning at a high competition.
Uh-huh.
Of course, social tennis. Even I'm amazed of some people that 80, 90 years old they can still play. But the competitive one, the average age that some players retire, it's around 30 to 35. It's just now that Roger Federer is increasing the year by he's like 38 now. 39.
Yeah.
So.
Mm-hmm. Ang ganda malaman yung ganito. Dito, Coach, sa UAE, hindi siya ganun ka-popular. Pero napansin ko kasi may isa akong kaibigan na coach din.
Yeah, nice.
And napansin ko maraming mga Pilipino dito na nagko-coach. No?
Yeah.
Pero dun, I mean,
especially in private hotels, no?
Yeah. Pero hindi unti lang yung ibang lahi na nagtuturo. Pero I mean, ibang lahi yung tinuturuan nila kadalasan ng mga Filipino coaches dito. Pero wala akong masyado nakikita na nagko-coach na ibang lahi. What I mean is, iba kasi magturo ang Pinoy. Parang
Yeah, we are really very different because what I'm also amazed about Filipino is they really work hard. Their work ethic is impeccable, meaning they're always there to help you. They even go extra mile. You know, if your session is just 1 hour, some of the really good coaches that are really passionate, they don't just finish the hour. You know, like me, until you don't get one particular shot or stroke, we will stay there until you don't get it right because we really want perfection or achieve the goal that we set that day, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, which is good. I mean, why start it if you don't have a goal? I mean, to have it. Yeah. Diba? Siyempre, mas maganda na kung perfecto yung pagkakagawa mo. I mean, that's why you're training.
Yeah, that's why you're training yourself. And then can be technical, physical, and high level is also mental. So it's really, there's a lot of aspect that you want to train.
Mhm. And what separates you before? I mean, nung naglalaro ka pa as a pro, what separates you from other tennis players
In
in
Italy,
Italy? Yeah.
since I was self-taught, I wasn't really technically the best. And then, of course, physically, I was 14, 15 years old. My teammate were already 5'10", 5'11", or even 6 footer. So they were really big. And then, but what maybe separate me from others, that the level that I reach is what they call it here, yung puso.
Mhm.
You never give up. You never give up, and then you always make your opponent think that this match is gonna be a real battle.
Iba pa rin talaga ang puso ng Pinoy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's why also I really admire Manny Pacquiao.
Of course.
Every fight that he has, it's really he gives everything that he has, or even more. Sometimes.
Senator Manny, syempre, iba yung
Yeah.
iba yung dedication niya para sa sport niya.
Super,
And syempre,
super.
ganun din syempre kayo. I mean, sa ibang sports, ganun din siguro naman ng lahat ng athletes. Okay. Then coach, pwede ba namin malaman when did you start coaching?
Well, I started coaching at the age of 26. 26 years old. Now I'm 31. Actually, it was my birthday, July 14.
Oh yeah, belated happy birthday, coach.
Thank you, thank you. And then, I started my coaching career early because I saw that I reached my highest level in the world. Because at the beginning was, of course, my to be top 30 in Italy, and then I asked myself, what's next? So I went to the Philippines because they gave me also a good offer to stay here and then play for our country, and that it was my passion, to play for our country. And then
Wow.
after that, I reached the number 3 in our country, 2 in doubles. And then after that, I said, okay, what's next? So I said, all right, maybe we can try with the world. So some sponsor, I was going to some sponsor, and also some sponsor approached me, and then I gave them my dream, and then if they can help me, and then they said, okay, we give you 1 or 2 years of contract, and then let's see how far you can go. So if there are 17 or 18 million tennis player in the world, I was number 1,000 in the world. So kind of kahit pa paano, my name is in the board.
Of course. I mean, hindi lahat magkakaroon ng hindi lahat mapupunta sa ganung posisyon. Grabe. So, coach, naging part ka ng RP team?
Yeah, I was part of the team, but I couldn't play because when I registered for the international, I was wearing the Italian flag. So there was some complication with my passport and everything. So it took took a while to change it to Filipino.
Okay.
Because when I turned professional, I was in Italy. So the International Federation, Tennis Federation, they will recognize where you started as a pro. So,
okay. So may ganun din pala, no? I mean,
yeah, there are some technical things also in this particular situation, and then the dual citizenships are the tough one. So.
Yeah, same what they call this. It's happening as well sa basketball, sa pagkakaintindi ko. Sa mga nagiging naturalized players, and yun nga, yung mga kumukuha ng dual citizenship. Anyway, parang bago sa pandinig ko. Nababasa ko lang before, pero ngayon nakarinig ako galing sa isang professional athlete and coach.
Mhm.
So, yeah, it's true pala talaga. Alam ko kasi minsan parang pinupolitika lang eh. Minsan kasi alam mo naman dyan
Yeah.
sa Pilipinas, mahirap man aminin pero may ganun kasi.
Mhm.
Pero
Well, yeah, I think it's everywhere. Even in Italy, I can say that walang politika doon. I mean, really, I had to. That was one of my biggest challenge also in my experience because I can say that my era there was also a little bit of discrimination because I was the only Asian in in tennis,
mhm.
so I felt a little bit discrimination. So it was for me a big challenge to reach that particular level because also the help coaches or even the federation they rather help an Italian
Mhm.
rather than a Italian that look like an Asian. I'm Italian, but I look like I'm Filipino here.
Pero it gave you the fuel, no? Para mas galingan
Yeah,
mo pa
yeah,
sa
yeah,
ano na
yeah.
to
It
sa
gave me more inspiration to do even better, to prove them that I'm worth it.
of course, of course, of course. Mhm. Now, what's the difference, coach, for I mean, what's the difference of coaching and playing? Because ano tawag dito? Nandun ka pareho eh. I mean,
Yeah,
anong
yeah,
naging
yeah.
anong difference nun sa'yo?
Well, when you are playing, is it's everything on you. Eh. It's on your shoulder. You win, you lose. It's up to you. You know. And then you can decide whether to keep on fighting. You can decide to maybe uh, quit muna or rest or okay, this match is too much for me, you know. But you are the one in control. So also a tennis player, there's a lot of pressure because you need to know how to take care of yourself before, during, and also after the match. And then you need to train yourself and then also the discipline on nutrition and then all those type of things. And then as a player you kind of have the control of the boat or of your company.
Mhm.
As a coach naman, the challenging part is that uh, every player is different,
Mhm.
so you need to understand what is their personality. So are this type of is this type of player, does he likes to or does she or he likes to be pumped up before the match?
Uh-huh.
You know, does he like to be coached during? Also, when after the match, does he like to talk about it, or you let it rest a little bit muna? So it's really different in every players because
Every.
some of them naman they need their space. They need to think. So they need a little bit of if you are cheating too much, they're kind of panicking
Mhm.
or they kind of be overwhelmed. But there are people like me that the more you cheer for me, the bigger is the crowd, the better I play.
Yeah.
And that was when I was a player, and then as a coach, you have to understand all of those things. That's the character pa lang. And then when you understand the character, you try to see what type of game he or she has, and then from there you build his strength. You make his strength more sharp, and then you also train your player weaknesses, and
Mhm.
then and that's how you manage things, and then there are also some players that they rather sharpening or make their weapons really strong and
Mhm.
protect the weakness. So there's a lot of technical part of that, and then
Mhm.
and that's the technical part, and then the mental part is a totally different world, because there's the part that as a player, when you play, you see maybe 70 or 80% of what you're doing. because you're doing the actual thing. But as a coach, you see 100%. So what made the difference in my coaching also, it's that I use technology. So I use cameras, GoPro statistics, so that when we talk about my players match,
Mhm.
and then he will say, "Hey, coach, I think I missed that shot on the match point, but what happened was that the opponent won it." So, and I can show him what happened in the real video. I can show him all the statistics, and then he cannot argue with facts or the
Of
video,
course.
because that's the proof.
Mhm. Yun yung ebidensya, eh. Ito yung ginawa mo.
Yeah, ebidensya. Ito ang ginawa mo. Wala kang takas. But of course, there's also all of those things. As a coach, you have to take care of your player. As a player, I can say that you're thinking about yourself, taking care about yourself, and then it's kind of also, you know, you need to pump up yourself because you're playing against an opponent. And then as a coach naman, you kind of have to kind of do whatever it takes for your player to feel good,
Mhm.
even though sometimes you have to not naman tell lies, but
White
even
lies.
though he's playing really bad, but
Mhm.
there's a match ongoing in 1 hour, you tell your player, if you adjust this and this and this, I promise you, you're gonna play even more better. But I like the way you're playing. Those positive reinforcement before a match. So, yeah,
Because you have to keep them motivated, of course, if
yeah, keep
especially
them
kung nasa match sila.
motivated, and then yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
because it's so easy to get down in this sport, because it's a lonely sport. You're by yourself in the court, and there's the other side of the net. There's someone that wants to beat you. So
Mhm.
everything, it's depending on your mood.
Pero, coach, are you training now our RP team dyan sa Pinas?
Yes, yes, yes. For now,
Wow!
it's I was training Matthew Garcia, the son of the young Castillejo,
Aha.
the famous reporter that
Yep.
discovered Manny Pacquiao. Yeah,
Yep.
there you go. Yeah, and then I was training him since last year, and then he is my first player that I brought him into the international world. And then we were able to achieve some of our goals, like for instance, wearing the Philippine flag and representing our country in different division, like the Junior Davis Cup.
Mhm.
And then that was his dream at the beginning. So I told him, we're gonna work hard. This is our plan, and then we need to follow it, whether you like it or not, because what is the most important thing is to achieve that goal.
Of course, of
So
course.
even minsan tatamad ka sa court, or wala kang gana because you had school before, or homework, the teacher got mad at you. Everything, you have to leave everything outside of the court, and once you step inside the court, it's all about improving yourself. So that's another aspect of the mental side.
Wow.
So I brought him to the to be so I trained him to, and then we achieved the number 3 in the Philippines as a junior, and then he became top 400 in the world in
Mhm.
the junior division.
Nice. Galing, no?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
kailangan mo lang din talaga na dedication, discipline, and of course, you're striving for progress. Well,
yeah, yeah.
anyway, so coach, matanong ko lang, what's the training like? I mean, in this sport, you're a coach. I mean, you could tell me, like pati ba yung training nila na, I mean, for general fitness, are you the one who's making the plan for them, or you're training them like this is what you need to do, blah blah blah, or it's just about the techniques and I mean techniques dito para sa tennis?
Yeah, actually, as a coach, you have a big responsibility because, again, to give you again a different an example, as a player, you just have to think about winning, you
Mm-hmm.
know, and then as a coach, you have to create a program, you have to make set goals. What is our end goal? What is our small goals to achieve that? What is your and when we have a goal, how do we get there? How do we train? So we will train your physical, your technical, and mental, and then also alimentation. So all of that it's your coach shoulder. You have to take care of it. And then of course there are some parents or teams that they like to have their own private physical coach, their own private nutritionist, their own
Mm-hmm.
private masahista or stretching, whatever you want to call it. And then, but it's gonna be more expensive, and
Of
then
course.
for a junior, since now I'm just coaching juniors for now, uh, parents, majority of the parents are not willing yet to to be to invest on that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, even yung food program, coach, uh, kaya mo din magbigay ng ganun.
Well, yeah, when we eat outside, we were of course, we went to Japan, we went to Singapore. Ang sarap ng pagkain doon, di
Oo,
ba?
syempre, of course.
And then so sometimes we would like to go to a burger place, but we have a tournament. Even if I also want to eat that burger, I'm gonna tell him, I don't really recommend heavy meal like that before our tour, the
Mm-hmm.
night before our tournament. So yeah, I also they have to make sure that his alimentation is good, proper alimentation. And by alimentation is if we have a tournament at, for instance, 12 noon, for example, you need to have 1 hour and a half to digest, more or less, and then 1 hour to practice before your match. And then, of course, I saw in some research that they made, the body starts really be functional after 45 minutes to 1 hour after you wake up. So
Mm.
there's a lot of process of that. So if our match is 8 a.m., we practice at 7,
7.
we eat breakfast at 6. So that's how much preparation we need as a tennis player.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, what's your coach, biggest inspiration before, before playing?
Before playing, of course, tennis was just for fun sport for me. And then I saw once I was training more that my dad really want me to become a champion.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
my biggest inspiration was that I want my dad to be
Proud.
really proud of me, happy, and then maybe fulfill the dream. And then after that, of course, that's one of those. And then I saw playing all some of my idols there in Italy. So I was like, oh, one day I want to be like them. One day I want to reach that particular level. So my idol before was Pete Sampras,
Pete
since my
Sampras, of
dad
course.
really gave me a lot of movie or videos, so forcing me to watch him. So Pete Sampras was one of my idol when I was starting. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, yes, coach, we're just gonna be okay lang ba ipakita natin ng clip ulit.
Sure.
Isang clip kung anong itsura ng training na ginagawa ni Coach Mark. Okay lang po ba?
All right, no problem.
All right, sige, pakita natin 'to, pakita natin.
As hard as you can, bruh.
Oh my God.
Good. Ayan na kung ganyan gagawin nila. 5 more. Halfway. Pogi. 6, 7, 8, 9. Throw it away, Mark. Okay, I got that. Go, 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 go,
Oh
go.
my God.
1. Pasok! Last 2. So far, success. One more. Good job.
Wow.
Coach, grabe yun.
That was intense. Now that I realized it, that was intense.
Coach, parang siguro parang ayoko na pangarapin na maglaro ng ng tennis kung ganun gagawin ko. Grabe yung coach.
Well, that was really. Now I realize it. Grabe pala. Yeah.
Ganun, I mean, isa pa lang yun, sulyap pa lang yun ng sa dami-dami ng training na ginagawa nyo. Sulyap pa lang yun. Pero yung sulyap na yun, intense nga talaga.
Yeah, it's super intense because at the high level, if you can hit out of maybe 10 balls, 100%, 8 of them, you're already on top of the game. So you train yourself to train yourself to make 10 out of it, you know. And then one of the things that I explain every time to parents and players is that whatever you do in training, you know, that's what comes out in a tournament. So, and I believe that if you make one mistake in practice, it's equivalent of 10 in a tournament. Why? Because there's pressure. There's an opponent that wants you to miss, and then there's all those factors that will make you miss. You know, will make you do some mistakes. And then of course, the court is not your favorite court. Balls are different every country or every place. The weather, the court, you know, so all those factors will make you really are not in your favor, because when you train, you basically train more majority of the time in one place lang.
Of course.
Yeah.
Then eto coach, kumbaga syempre may mga naisip ka rin na itong tanong ko na to, if you could have a dream fight, you know, when you were playing or until now, kung meron kang dream na makalaban na alam mo yun, na tennis player, sino yung mga gusto mong sino yung gusto mong makalaban?
Well, actually there are plenty. Not only one, there are plenty of players that I want to play against. Well, when I was young, it was Pete Sampras. You know, I wanted to test how fast his serve is. You know, and then once I grew up, I changed my type of game to the new players, new idols are coming in, like Rafael Nadal or Roger Federer. So I would like to play against Rafael Nadal because physically he's in another world. He's not human anymore because he can last 5 hours, and then you see in his face that it's not even suffering that much. Well, what you just saw, it's super sufferance, and then it was just less than a minute. So Rafael Nadal plays like that for 5 hours. So that's the physical part that I would like to see, you know, in real in a match. And then also there's Roger Federer that is my ultimate idol that I would like to see how good he hits the ball every single time. Not only once, but every single time. He's perfect in technically, physically, and also mentally. He's one of the best. I think the greatest, because now he's holding the record of Grand Slams. He's the number one at 38 years old. So.
Yeah, and pumunta yan siya dito eh. And nung pagpunta niya dito ni Roger Federer, mabait siya sa mga coaches dito na mga
Super.
Pilipino. mga Pilipino.
Yeah.
Talagang humble lang siya and yeah, cause he was in saan to? Dito sa may JBR. Anong hotel yun na may tennis court? Basta yung Le Meridian Royal. Ayun, nando may tennis court kasi doon. So he was there and also sa Abu Dhabi nagkaroon ng
Yeah.
tournament doon and parang naging guest yata siya doon. Hindi ko alam.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
ano siya, humble siya na tao and ayun. Sobrang dami ko pa picture kasi. Anyway.
Yeah, super.
Then
What amazed me about that guy is just he's really humble. No matter if he breaks a lot of records, he's still he's really approachable. And then the way he delivers tennis to the new generation, it's really humble. And then you don't see any problem with him. No, walang yabang, walang
Exactly.
cockiness or whatsoever. He's an example inside of the court and outside of the court, because he's also have a lot of charities for Africa and those type of things. Yeah.
Iba si Roger Federer.
Yeah.
But coach,
Yes.
tawag dito. What do you want to be remembered kung halimbawa tumigil ka na sa pagko-coach and syempre well, hindi naman mawawalan sa yung paglalaro ng tennis, pero halimbawa nag-decide ka na okay, magne-negosyo na lang ako, iba yung gagawin ko na negosyo. Ano yung gusto mong tumatak sa mga students mo, or well, let's say sa mga tao na as a coach or as a player?
Well, as a player, it's kind of achieve what I wanted to leave to the people, because in Italy, since I was the first Filipino to reach that level, I encourage a lot of Filipino tennis players to play, because tennis is a great opportunity. Now, it's not only a sport for your health, but also it will open a lot of doors, especially here in the Philippines and then in the States. If you're really good at tennis, they can give you scholarship. So that's as a player. And then as a coach, if ever I will retire, even though all the greatest coach, like for instance Nick Bollettieri, at the age of 80 years old, he still plays tennis and he still coach high-level players. So, and then they said when you start coaching and you're really passionate about it, it's hard to give up the sport that you were doing. So, but again, what I would like to leave Mark when I retire eventually is that for me, seeing my player to achieve his goals, his dreams, it's priceless. So
of course,
that's the best satisfaction. And then again, here for all the players in the Philippines, we need more tennis players, especially also in your country. We need more tennis players, and then tennis can give you really a great opportunity. So I wanted to be remembered as not naman one of the best coach, but a coach that gave something good for the tennis community.
Nice. Ang ganda mga napakinggan ko. Then,
because honestly, I'm really thankful about my tennis. I never thought that tennis will give me a job. I never thought I will travel the world. I never thought that I will earn money, and then I never thought that I'm gonna be kind of famous, But so this is also one of my decision to be a coach, because I want to give something back, especially in our country, because of my experiences in Italy. I started my coaching career in the States. I created a program that I'm blending the Europe, America, and then the the Asian program in one program. So this is how maybe I can share my, I give something back
To the
to tennis,
community,
since
yeah.
tennis helped me so much.
Galing, coach. Saludo sa'yo. Well, anyway, gusto ko lang din ipakita sa kanila yung yung mga pictures ng ni coach while training and coaching as well. So makikita nyo rin dito sa mga pictures. Ito, pina-flash natin yan sa screen. So you saw
Nice.
Diane Castillejo and eto si mga students mo to mga to, coach.
Yes.
Mhm.
They are majority of my students. Yeah.
Aha. And iba-iba, no? Iba-ibang lugar to,
Yeah.
coach. Diyan sa Pinas or nasa ibang
Well,
bansa?
there are some in the group. The group pictures are here in the Philippines, but the one that I'm with Matthew, yeah, we are different part of the world. We were the first video I think was in Japan when we won the doubles.
Mhm.
He won the doubles with a Japanese player,
Wow.
and then and then others are in Singapore, Vanuatu, those places, remote places there.
Wow. So ito nakikita nyo ngayon yung mga ni coach, mga lakad ni coach, mga pagturo ni coach, yung pagpupunta nila sa iba't ibang bansa. And yes, naway marami pang mas ma-inspire si coach. Paano, coach, kung halimbawa na na may gustong magpaturo sa'yo? Well, kasi may mga nakikinig din sa atin dyan sa Pilipinas. Halimbawang may interested na magpaturo ng tennis and magpa-train sa inyo. Paano kanila mako-contact?
Well, I have I'm handling an academy here in Alabang, which is TAP, and then Alabang Tennis Academy. So you can see it in the Facebook page and then in Instagram. So you can also find me in Facebook, Marc Reyes, and then also in Instagram, Marc Reyes 89. And then I think you can find me there. And then feel free to message me any question or
Pakita
can
natin,
be
pakita natin
technical,
to.
can be coaching, can be anything.
Here it is. So ito, nakikita niyo yung screen ngayon natin, and ito yung Instagram page ni Coach Marc. So itong mga pinakita natin na pictures nandito lahat. And yeah, there are videos as well. So ito, pakita natin yung sa pinaka taas. So you could search Marc Reyes 89. Yes, please follow him on his account. So yeah, ako din. I-follow na nga natin siya.
Thank you so much.
And so eto, coach, yan ito to. So makikita nyo lahat dito, and they can message here, coach, no?
Sure. Feel free to message.
Then meron ba tayong Instagram Facebook page, coach?
Not yet, but for sure I'm gonna create one of these days Facebook page for it. Yeah.
All right. And yeah, kung sakaling magkaroon, i-update na lang natin yung information about sa episode na to. Then ayan. So ito, balik tayo dun sa screen. Then coach, what advice I mean, can you share to young generation now who wants to be in this sport?
Well, I suggest that of course you try to start as early as you can, because tennis is a really technical part. For at the beginning, it has a lot of muscle memory, eye-hand coordination. The footwork is not only forward, but there's a lot of lateral movement. And then start early, enjoy first, stay in a group, play with, have fun with your friends, have fun with your teammates, And then once you join a tournament, of course, at the beginning, enjoy the competition. Don't pressure yourself too much to win here, to win there. And then, of course, once you believe that you can go far, that's the time that you set your goals and then be more serious about it. Meaning, there are some players that even international, that they are so professional, they're so serious about it that they go even homeschool just to play at least 4 to 5 hours a day.
Wow.
So that's how dedicated you have to be if you want to compete international. But again, tennis, it's a really jealous sport. So you need to invest a lot of time if you want to be really, really good. And then, of course, um, what one of the quotes that I really like is that shoot for the moon, and if you miss, you will land among the stars. So meaning always aim high, never settle down, or never get contented.
Napakagandang mensahe 'yun. Mula kay coach. Pero coach, nakalimutan ko itanong to sa iyo kanina.
Sure.
If you weren't a tennis player, what would you like to be?
Well, I played a lot of sports, even extreme sports. I
Uh-huh.
was doing skateboard. I was
Wow.
doing BMX. Yeah, and then my dad used to told me that when he was young was like jumping from really high heights. Yung BMX dati before.
Mhm.
So of course me,
X
I
Games,
want to. He's my idol. I want to experience that. So I think my best trick in the BMX was a 360 in the air, something
Wow.
like that. Yeah. So I was really an outdoor person. Like
Uh-huh.
to go for volleyball, every sport. I think I played. Even I was doing snowboard before, and then skiing because we have snow in Italy. So I can't really say what I would be without tennis, because tennis, like I've said, is a really jealous sport.
Jealous sport.
You can do a lot of things. Yeah, sometimes you can take a few days break. Maybe you play soccer. Maybe you go swimming. Maybe you do ping pong. But
Mhm.
again, once you become really good, and then hahanap-hanapin mo rin yung tennis after 3 to 5 days without playing tennis. So probably, but since to answer your question, maybe I could have been a soccer player, because
Ah,
in
oo, gusto mo
Italy,
'to.
soccer is really almost a religion, if it's not a religion already.
Mhm.
So,
'Yun. Anyway, ayun. So, nakalimutan ko kasi itanong yung kay coach kanina, gusto kong malaman 'yun. So, gusto niya
mm,
paling maging soccer player din. So, if not, if hindi siya naging tennis player. So, yun pala.
yeah.
Anyway. So, yes coach, last message para sa mga kababayan natin diyan na nandyan sa Pinas and nandito sa kung nasan man panig ng mundo, especially at this time of the
Mhm.
pandemic. What can you tell about them?
Well, again, we're going through tough times, I know, and then it's everybody is struggling, not only in the Philippines but the entire world. So for the people here in the Philippines, please keep safe, stay healthy, do all the procedure to be clean, and then wash your hands and wear a mask if you have to go out, and then social distancing is really important. But the most important thing is this situation, this problem is just temporary. And then as a Filipino, sanay tayo bumangon kasi we are a tough people. So we will face this pandemic all together, and we will overcome it.
And Coach, meron kang mga gustong pasalamatan, gustong i-shoutout dito sa episode na to?
Well, I would like to thank you for inviting me here,
Ako,
and
Coach,
then
maraming salamat.
also your sponsor, your listeners and your fan. Thank you for staying with us, and then I would like to greet my mom who is in Italy, my brothers, and then my dad also, and then all the Filipino tennis community. Hopefully they are listening to us.
Again, Coach, maraming salamat po sa
Thank you so much.
pagsama sa amin dito sa show. Shoutouts kay Danya, maraming salamat. Danya, napaka-solid mo talaga.
Also, Danya.
Lupit mo,
You
Danya.
brought me here, so thank you so much, Danya.
Thank you, Danya. And again, guys, sa mga nandyan sa Pilipinas and kung sino man yung mga uuwi na mga OFW na gustong maglaro ng tennis, and kung sino man gustong magpaturo, pwede nyong i-message si Coach Mark sa Instagram page niya at the moment. But yeah, like what I've mentioned, if magkaroon na ng page si Coach Mark, I'll be updating it sa episode natin na to. So yes, maraming salamat din po again sa sponsors natin. Maraming salamat po sa Dubai Exclusive Fitness, Alchemist Clothing, Flawless Beauty UAE, Sisig Brothers, Sulud Misoy.
Nice.
And we would like to thank as well Hope and Inspire Movement dyan sa Pilipinas. Please visit their Facebook and Instagram page at Hope and Inspire Movement Official. And you could reach them at plus 63917 for what was the number? So yun 4392. Well, anyway, so we're gonna be posting it there. Again, sorry, nakalimutan ko yung number and nawala dito yung number niya. Then ulit yung ayuda program ng Bassline. We're gonna be doing it on the first week of August. So kung sino man dyan yung gusto pang tumulong, please message us here on the page. And tulungan natin yung mga kababayan natin na nawalan ng trabaho at nangangailangan sa panahon na to. So yes, again, Coach, maraming
I would
salamat.
like also to add to that I almost forgot that I'm thankful by God that gave me this opportunity to be in your program, and thankful that He gave me strength to this type of pandemic, this type of challenges in life, and then it will give me strength, and they kept me always safe.
Yes, of course.
Thank you so much.
Of course. Thank you. So, Coach, again, maraming salamat po sa pagsama-sama.
Thank you so much.
And naway maraming natutunan yung mga nanonood sa atin ngayon. Maraming salamat po sa inyo, sa mga nanonood at nakikinig sa amin. Maraming salamat po. And yes, please stay safe. God bless. Bye-bye.